Does somebody want to tell me what in the Sam Hill is going on with the medical and or insurance industry? Because, y'all, I had blood work done. Blood work. 3 little vials. 3 little vials of blood was drawn. Okay? They got me. Oh, they got me. They got me good. Let me show you how much 3 little vials of blood, less than 15 minutes at the lab to get this blood work drawn. Let me show you what I owe to this lab for 3 little vials of blood work. So up there at the top, that is the date of service, which is September 26th of this year. Total amount for hospital services, $6,158.63 for 3 little vials of blood. Insurance paid $2,831.16. No other discounts. Come down here. Total amount you owe $3,327.47. What the actual hell? I went to a pulmonologist. I was referred to this pulmonologist from my GP, and it took 6 months to get an appointment with them, and he ordered some blood work to be done. Okay. So I march myself over to the lab. I check in. I walk down to the lab. I let them know that I'm there. I sit in the waiting room for about 5-6 minutes, something like that. They call me back to the little room. They put everything on. They draw my blood. 3 vials of blood. Okay? And yeah. They're like, well, we'll have 1 back. I even asked them, what is this about? What are they checking for? What kind of blood work are you doing? And she looked at me and she said, I don't know. I know that 1 is a CBC. Okay. Okay. I've had that before. No problem. Sounds normal for a pulmonologist, right? Okay. So I'm like, well, okay. She said, that will take, it was on the weekend, well, on Friday. And she said, those results will be back in by Monday, Tuesday at the latest. And the rest of them, it may take a little bit. I don't know for sure what they are, but I'm just going to say it may take a little bit. Okay. So nobody, not at the doctor's office, not at the lab, not at the check-in, nobody told me, excuse me, did you know that these may be some of the most expensive blood work, lab tests that you've ever had done? Did you know that your insurance might not pay for this? Nobody told me anything. So when you go in to a doctor's office and they're like, we're going to run some blood work, typically, you're thinking, okay, great. It's run of the mill, whatever. I still don't know. Number 1, I still don't know what blood work was done on me that cost that amount of money. Okay? $6,100 worth of blood work Still don't know. I have called the lab. I called them today. And the lady on there told me, she said, well, you had blood work done. Well, duh. I know that. And I said, okay, what kind of blood work was it? Because it's, almost $6,200. What kind of blood work was it? And she was like, I don't know. If I hear I don't know about one more time, I swear I'm going to scream. Okay? Okay? I'm just saying. So then I call the insurance company, and the insurance company is like, you will need to get with the doctor's office because they're the ones that handled this, and it's their fault. So I call the doctor's office. Guess what? No, not their forte. And I'm like, hey, did you ever just stop and think that you might want to tell somebody that the blood work you're running on them could cost them an arm and a leg? Did you ever stop to think about that? No, they didn't. Because I have tried since this blood work was done on me in September. It is now November. Okay? We're getting close to the end of November. And I have tried since September to get the results of this blood work. I have had 2 different calls from the doctor's office from where I had called and had to leave a message. I'd like my blood work results, please. I've had 2 different calls from sweet little receptionists. I am not bashing them in any way, okay? They were doing their job. And when I ask, what kind of blood work did I have done? What did he do? Because he wasn't really clear. He just said, we're going to run some blood work. I'm thinking, to check lung function, whatever. Okay. They were like, well, the nurse practitioner did not give me that information, so I don't know. There's those words again. I don't know. Anyway, so all they could tell me was that, this came back normal. Okay, what is that? I don't know. The nurse practitioner didn't tell me. This didn't come back normal. Okay, what is that? I don't know. The nurse practitioner didn't tell me. And I'm like, okay, so at this point, I'm trying to not be rude. Okay? I really am. And I'm like, can you have the nurse practitioner call me? Sure. Let me make a note of this. Let me send that over. And we'll get them to call you. I'm still waiting. 2 months later to find out. And then I get that today. That. There's no way. There is no way. There's no way that we can afford this. There's no way anybody could afford this. None whatsoever. None. We're right here at the holidays. The lady at the lab, the billing department for the lab, yeah, she asked me today if I was paying by check or by credit card today, and I just laughed at her. In this economy, in this day and time, who the hell has $3,300 laying around? Who has that laying around? I don't, and I'm not putting it on a credit card. Even if I had one, I'm not putting it on a credit card. I mean, we're not rich by any stretch of the imagination. We're not rich. Okay? Things like this, it doesn't get paid quickly. Okay? Especially not right here at the holidays. Christmas is coming up, blah, 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 blah. This is purely for blood work. I have never received an itemized statement. I have asked for one from the billing department, and she said that would take 15 to 30 days to get to me. Okay. Well, I'm still waiting on results on this blood work. I'm not paying for blood work that I don't even know the results of. Okay? I don't know what I had. I don't know what the results are for them. I have no idea. There is no reason that 3 little vials of blood, lab test, should ever cost that amount of money. Give me an effing break. And if that's not enough for you, what if I told you that the lab was inside the same hospital that my son was taken to back in April when he overdosed? Usually we talk about addiction on this channel, but, not today. But he overdosed back in April and was taken to this hospital where they proceeded to not do anything for him, put him out. They released him and put him out in the waiting room with nothing on because his clothes had been cut off. And they put him out in a waiting room with nothing on except a dirty, soiled hospital sheet. Yeah. What if I told you that it's the same exact hospital? I'm not okay with this. Okay? I am nowhere near okay with that. I'm just not. I'm just not. So let my bad fortune be a warning to you. If the doctor says we're going to do some blood work and you have private insurance and you have to pay for your lab work, you better be asking them, what are you doing? What's the cost associated? Let's look at an estimate, and then I'll decide from there. That was my mistake not to do. I trusted my doctor. I trusted my doctor. I should not have. I should have questioned every single move. I should have questioned everything. But in my head, it was just blood work. It was just lab test. Routine. That's not routine. That's not routine. That's sick. Absolutely sick. And I'm fighting it. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it. I don't have any choice right now but to fight it. I don't. I don't. You can't even afford to go to the freaking doctor right now. And you sure can't afford to have blood work done. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. There may be more rants about this coming up in the future. I don't know. We'll see. Okay? It just depends on how bad they want to bend me over and pop me. We'll see how it goes.